Greetings to everyone out there and welcome back to Around the Clock. Now, during our very first Nintendo Direct of 2021, there were tons of DLC, first party and third party games announced for the Nintendo Switch, and they will release in the very first half of 2021. And it's really interesting to see so many complaints online of people claiming that this was one of the worst Directs ever. And one of the biggest complaints that I've seen is that Skyward Sword HD, which was announced for the Nintendo Switch, is not worth the $60 that Nintendo is charging for it. So in this video, we're going to give you 5 reasons why Skyward Sword HD for the Nintendo Switch is not overpriced at $60. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Coming in at number 5, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD for the Nintendo Switch is not a limited time release. This game is not like the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection, which actually has 3 games included, along with the Fire Emblem 30th anniversary celebration of Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light. Both the collection of these Mario games and this Fire Emblem game both go away in March of this year, so this is not the case with Skyward Sword. This will be an ongoing game in retails and on the eShop, so if you really think that this game is overpriced at $60, just wait till it goes on sale or buy it from Walmart. They have brand new Nintendo Switch games for the price of $49.99. Alright, now moving on to the 4th reason on why Skyward Sword HD for the Nintendo Switch is not overpriced. Well, it's right there in the title of the game. The graphics are in HD. Unlike the original Wii version, which I believe gave an output of 480, and I know that it was transferred to the Wii U, but the graphics still look horrible. Now, here's a comparison which I got from WCCFtech.com, and as you can see on the left hand side with the Wii version, the image is all blurry, there's no definition on that image whatsoever. But for the Nintendo Switch, you can see that Link has the wrinkles in his face. The image looks way better, the quality is extremely better than the one that you see on the left hand side. Plus, for those of you who didn't know, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD on the Nintendo Switch runs at a smooth 60 frames per second. A big jump from the Wii version and the Wii U transferred version. Now, I know some people are going to be in the comment section saying, well, I can just use a Dolphin emulator on my Wii. It's not the same thing, man. It's not the same whatsoever. Alright, let's move on to the 3rd reason on why The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD is not overpriced on the Nintendo Switch, and that's because of the revamped control system. Back when this game was originally released in 2011, the only way that you can play Skyward Sword on the Wii was with the nunchuck and the Wii remote, because this game utilizes motion controls. Even when Nintendo transferred this game over to the Wii U, you still had to use the Wii remote and nunchuck in order to play this game. You couldn't use the Pro Controller or the Wii U gamepad whatsoever. But since Nintendo took out the time to revamp the controls for the Nintendo Switch system, you have many options to play this game, either with the Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch, if you still want to utilize the motion controls, or you can just play this game with your Pro Controller. And what's even great about this, and something that a lot of people are not pointing out, is that Eiji Aonuma even stated that Skyward Sword HD for the Nintendo Switch can even be played on the Nintendo Switch Lite, and that says a lot because that lets us know that even if you just have a regular Nintendo Switch, you can still experience that same motion sword control even when you're just playing in handheld mode. Alright, let's move on to the second to last reason on why Skyward Sword HD for the Nintendo Switch is not overpriced, and that's because this game, I guarantee you, will retain its value over time. Right now, if you check out GameStop.com and you look at the original Wii version of Skyward Sword, you can see that you can get this game pre-owned for $44.99. That means even after 10 years of the original release of this game on the Nintendo Wii, Skyward Sword still retains its value even with the 480p graphics at $44.99 used. Now, just imagine, with Skyward Sword HD coming to the Nintendo Switch with revamped controls, HD and everything, this game will retain its value over time, and we all know that Nintendo big first-party games retain their value over the years. It is extremely rare to find any of the big Nintendo titles on any console that Nintendo has released over the years that the games don't retain their value after the game has been released. I can guarantee you that Skyward Sword HD on the Nintendo Switch will be an evergreen title just like Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Alright, we're down to the number 1 reason on why The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD is not overpriced for the Nintendo Switch at $60, and that's because this is the origin story of the Legend of Zelda franchise, the very first story in the timeline. Now, for all of you big Zelda fans who've either played this game or haven't played this game before, this is a big deal, especially coming to the Nintendo Switch in HD. As Eiji Aonuma stated in the Nintendo Direct, Skyward Sword's story involves the creation of the Master Sword, and this is very important in the timeline. Now, for those of you who've just got a Nintendo Switch and your first Zelda game was Breath of the Wild, and you probably played Age of Calamity, I can guarantee you that Skyward Sword is a must play for you. This game, the original game on the Wii, had high ratings at 9.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10, so hey man, it's the origin story of the Legend of Zelda franchise, which is a very big deal and should be the #1 reason on why you should pick this game up at $60. And to be honest, Nintendo could charge way more for this game, but no, they didn't. With all the revamped controls, the HD graphics, and everything, this game is still priced at a standard game price for the Nintendo Switch of $59.99. Now, if you watched this entire video and didn't just skip through each point, and you still think that this game is overpriced at $60, well, just stop complaining and don't buy the game. It's as simple as that. And one last thing before I get out of here. If you like this video and enjoyed this content, and enjoy the content on this channel, make sure to share the videos, share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media that you have. Make sure you share the video so that more people can get exposed to this channel and everything that we have to offer here. Alright everyone, that's going to do it for this video. What are your thoughts on everything that was discussed here? Please let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, remember to keep it locked here to Around the Clock. We're here, we focus on Nintendo gaming news around the clock. I'll catch you guys in the next one.